It turns out that the voices of the Dark Passenger are just as real as the voices of Harry Morgan. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Entertainment, here to review another episode of Dexter, this time Season 7, Episode 10. This one is called The Dark Whatever, and that pretty much sums it up, The Dark Whatever, because the Dark Passenger isn't a thing. It's a made-up concept. It's this, basically, no!
Keep buying. That's your Dark Passenger.
Ah, yes, guys. The darkness there almost consumed me, but basically we find out that the Dark Passenger for Dexter is basically just a way for him to justify what he does. If he thinks he's got a Dark Passenger inside of him, then it's almost like he's been controlled from the inside and that he isn't really taking full responsibility for his actions, so he can kind of justify killing people and doing these bad things because it's not him doing it. It's technically the Dark Passenger inside of him, which I think is a lot of shite. And it seems to be that Dexter has finally opened up, or he's finally realising, or he's finally accepting the truth here that there's no such thing as a Dark Passenger. You are who you are, and you kill people because your name is Dexter Morgan. And it's kind of Hannah that gets him to open up and realise this. Now, I don't know if he never realised it or whether he was just trying to, like I say, justify and excuse what he's been doing for 7 seasons. But yeah, seems to be that Dexter has finally owned up and taken responsibility. And we see him, I think, in this episode, for the first time, I think he kills someone that doesn't fit the code
knowingly,
without it being a fit of rage or something along those lines.
I totally agree, but in layman's terms,
can we not mention Lumen?
It's essentially an excuse, isn't it? I've called out since day one about the Dark Passenger. It's a load of shite, man. I mean, I've got to control the Dark Passenger, my lizard brain, and all that stuff. But you know what, man? The guy does kill at the end of the episode. Was it justified? He was an asshole. He was a waster, but he didn't meet the code. But as you pointed out, it's the first time knowingly that he's actually went ahead and done that.
Yeah, so we get introduced to Clint McKay. He is Hannah's father. He comes in and he seems like a good guy. He's acting nice, even though Dexter knows the story about him chucking her in the swimming pool.
And not wanting to rescue his daughter.
And not helping her. He talks about how he's been getting better and he's been having therapy and he's a good guy now. He was in prison and now he's going to set up this Clint Crawfish, something like that. Some crawfish fucking factory where he ships them and he boxes them to your door. So good for him. But the longer it goes on, he kind of decides here, you know what, actually, I need the money for this. And then we see him turn. Basically, he was acting nice to try and get some money for his daughter. And when he finds out that she's not going to pay him any money, he's like, well, you can just remortgage the house or what. And she's like, nah, I don't want to do that. He kind of snaps, then takes off, and then comes back and drives his truck straight into Hannah's garden, her plantery, so destroys that. And then we find out that he has got information on Hannah. Dexter finds out that he's got a witness that could essentially put Hannah away, and he wants to know that how Clint can know about this because Sal Price, that guy didn't have any of this information. Surely, if there was a witness, Sal Price would have wrote about it. But then Clint reveals, well, I didn't tell him that part. So Dexter now knows that Clint is the guy that has been basically selling Sal Price all this information about his daughter and taking money to give Price all these clues and all these reveals about what his daughter's been doing in her life. And Dexter, at this point, cannot believe that Clint is doing this. And he demands him to get out of his house. And, like, I can kind of see where he's coming from, but at the same time, it's not like Hannah is fucking innocent. She is an actual killer here. It's not like Clint is blackmailing her with false information to try and extort money from her. I mean, I'm not justifying.
Would you rather live next door to Clint McKay or Hannah McKay? I'd rather live next door to Clint.
Yeah, I wouldn't be fearing for my life, but it's like, Clint is a bad... I mean, I'm not saying he's a good guy, obviously. He doesn't seem that way, he's not. But, I mean, his daughter is a fucking killer. And he also tells her that here's the reason your mother's dead. She doesn't like it. She starts crying. Could be crying because she's upset.
Well, put it this way. Who meets the code? Hannah meets the code. Clint doesn't. As for Clint, he's an arsehole. But here, arseholes are a dime a dozen. There's plenty of them. As for the crayfish adventure that he allegedly wanted to go on, did you know this? They're an invasive species that eat all the small fish in rivers. And once you get them, you can't get rid of them. You learn something new every day.
You what?
Once they're in a river, you can't get rid of them.
Crawfish?
They're impossible to get rid of.
Really?
I was watching a programme the other day where they're in this river in Scotland, and because they came over from America, you can't get rid of them. They're an invasive species. They just take over, and they're in England and everything.
I mean, you can't get rid of them if you actually lift them up one by one.
No, because there's like once you put one, say you put two in, they just become billions of them.
Crawfish?
Aye.
So they multiply?
Aye, they multiply.
Like just instantly?
Like rats and shit. Well, no, not instantly, for fuck's sake, not instant noodles, but over like the course of a couple of years, like say 10 went in, over the course of a couple of years, there's near 100,000.
Nah, but I mean, if you got the 10 out straight away, you get rid of them.
Aye, but it's too late now, is my point. Till people realised. Anyway, forget about fucking crayfish, crawfish. It's time to talk some pish, brother.
Yeah, everyone in the department now knows that Dexter's dating Hannah Mackay, and Deborah doesn't think it's good, but Masuka thinks, oh, it's great.
Is there no something that would like hit a wee line here across the line where why is the guy dating Hannah Mackay also did some of the blood work a couple of weeks ago? You'd think something like that would be a bit blurry.
Yeah, that's true. You'd think that could have been brought up. It wasn't brought up, but...
Maybe if Deborah wasn't the LT.
I believe Masuka brings up... Was it Masuka? Or one of them brings up the fact that, well, she was only 15 when she went on that killing spree. Masuka says, when I was 15, my parents thought I was retarded. And then Batista just gives him a look as if, thought you were retarded? You still are retarded, buddy. So, Masuka's a character that isn't utilised enough. He's funny, but I mean, the guy's...
Maybe he's good in small doses, though.
Yeah, but we're into season 7 and we haven't even had a Masuka arc yet, have we? I mean, yeah, I get it. He had... In season 6, he had the thing where he was hiring an apprentice and whatnot, but even that felt like a small part. You know, I don't feel like Masuka's had a legit story arc of his own.
He's got no family. He's never really had a girlfriend in this show. He just has strippers. He's got no one close to him. It's kind of hard to make a storyline out of him.
He's probably slept with Nadia as well. Anyway, right, we get some scenes with the whole arson thing, and then we see the arson guy get on the bus. He takes out his flame suit, starts burning some guy called Bobby. Just weird to see him get on the bus like this and then get down to work. We get the crime scene, and Masuka gets the videotape and he sees that he's left a handprint on one of the railings, so therefore they might be able to get him. But he's not in the database. However, Dexter breaks into this like juvenile place and he searches him there and he gets the name. So this guy's been doing arson since he was like 12, 13. So Dexter has him and he waits in this guy's little... I mean, I don't even know what it is. It's like some... I guess it's like a basement or some shit. Dexter's hiding in his suit though, his fire suit.
Astronaut Dexter.
Yeah, what's the name, guys? Joe Jensen.
Joe Jensen, yeah.
So Joe Jensen goes to put his suit on, but then
I got his fingerprints in juvie, boy.
Dexter attacks him and then gets him on the table and they have a conversation.
Bobby was my friend when I was 12. He started the first fire. It wasn't me, but he died, and then I got all the blame. So I decided to kill a bunch of people. All right, big man. Pretty much how that went down.
And Dexter's like, hey, you can't blame your actions on things you've done in the past, that things have happened to you in the past. Then he goes to kill him and he realises, oh shit, wait, that's my entire life.
But see what it is, so you know, Dexter.
It's a realisation.
It's very hypocritical, but no, I think he realised here. It's like, why would I kill this guy when I can kill Hannah's dad? It's almost like for so long in Dexter's life, he's killed people for the sake of killing people, but this time it feels more personal. Because looking on the face of it, if he truly loves Hannah and her dad's being an arsehole to him and Hannah, is it no way more beneficial and personal for him to kill Clint than it is to kill this guy? Of course it is. But also, he does give Deborah a win here. But how much of that was to try and get her to back off of Hannah? All these questions need asked.
Yeah, definitely, right. We then see Maria and Matthews. They go to the spot where the cabin was, where it got blown up. They want to speak to the owner, Joan Alonso. They ask him, did he ever rent the cabin out to James Dogs? What, the Bay Harbour Butcher? No! He says he rented it to Santos Jimenez. And the name sounds familiar to Matthews. And then later we see Matthews sitting down with Maria at the dinner table. Also, it was funny, because earlier when they were at the dinner table, I think Matthew says here, this is the kind of place where you bring strippers and ugly broads while he's sitting talking to
Which one's
Maria.
Maria? Both.
But yeah, Matthews reveals that Jimenez is one of the three men who murdered Dexter's biological mother because she was a CI for Dirty Harry. And then he reveals that Dexter and Brian Moser had to sit and watch that. And Maria just finding out here, I guess, for the first time that Dexter and Brian are related. And, you know, if Dexter's brother was a serial killer, then why can't Dexter be a serial killer?
And that is the question that she asks here. But big Thomas Matthews, he doesn't really want to buy into Dexter being the Bay Harbour butcher. I mean, it's a whole lot to suspect of Dexter here. But I tell you what, he did in fact kill Big Jimenez. So a lot of blood's on Dexter's hands, but it just shows you how quickly his world can come crashing down. Maria's found out so much in the last couple of episodes.
Yes.
And imagine if she's seen his photo at that wedding.
Yep.
It would have been even worse.
She said she's going to speak to Dexter, but Matthew's like, let me do it. I know him. I've known him since he's a kid. He trusts me, and I'm a lot less likely to fuck it up.
How does he word it, though? How does he bring it up to Dexter?
But yeah, I don't think you really get I don't get the feeling that Dexter and Matthews are closer, that they trust...
I think the last time they had a conversation was in season 2. And they were on the golf course. I can't recall one since then.
True. That would probably be the last... Yep.
That was about the real reason why Harry died. That was ages ago. Now here, I'm not saying you need to speak but seeing real life, right? You don't need to speak like every couple of weeks to be like friends or family or whatever, right? But I feel like in a TV show, for it to feel a bit more real and a bit more authentic, you do need to like have conversations every once in a while. And for how little Thomas Matthews appears, I think the show would benefit if he interacted with Dexter the odd time, because he did plenty of that with Deborah.
Yeah, 100%, right. Speaking of conversations, Quinn picks up his phone. He's got a phone call for Nadia. She says that George is going to send her to work in the sex club in Dubai. Quinn tells Angel he needs to get over to the foxhole. Angel comes with him. They get in. Quinn pushes his way past security, gets into George's office. George is dragging Nadia around. He tells Nadia, tell Quinn who you belong to. She hits him. Then he whacks her back. Quinn points his gun at him. He's like, hit her again, I'll shoot you. He says, you're not going to shoot me in my own club. He hits him again in the face, and then Quinn just kills him. Shoots him. Then tells Nadia, you got to shoot me with George's gun. So she shoots him in the arm. Angel then manages to make his way finally into George's office, and this kind of reminded me of like Lee.
Seen Heavy fucking Rain.
Yeah, Heavy Rain, and also or like Lee from The Walking Dead, and we just bump into things.
Quick time offence you're feeling.
And that was like
that one in Heavy Rain's the worst.
But yeah, it was like that. See, Angel, he kept like falling, bumping into people, and he gets in there. Quinn,
what if this was legit?
Yeah, no. Quinn tells he shot me in the arm, so I shot him back, self-defense.
Well, what do we make of George here, right? Because what the fuck is he think he's doing, saying to Quinn, you're not going to shoot me in my own fucking club? It's like he's a police officer. Like, I know he might think, well, here, it's a bit of a dirty thing to shoot him when it's not really in self-defense because he's just slapping Nadia a bit, but end of the day, like, he did have a gun on Quinn.
Yeah, and if Quinn's a dirty cop, then shouldn't George be expecting something dirty in return?
I know, but he said, like, you're not going to shoot me at my own fucking club like he's a jobber or something.
Aye,
and of course he drops it. Here, quick thinking for Quinn, but also, that's it for Nadia.
Aye, Quinn tells her, here, take your passport and take that money out the safe. Batista's like, what? No, can't do that.
Give me the money.
Quinn says,
put it in my restaurant.
But here, she needs to... She's a the Koska Brotherhood, they'll kill her if she gives a witness detail and whatnot, and they have her information and all this stuff. So I guess Batista reluctantly, but I mean, see, people are dragging Batista down. This is Batista's not dirty. Batista's not corrupt. Batista does things by the book, and Quinn's just telling her to take. Why does she deserve this money?
No, but you know what, right? See if he's willing to let Nadia a witness leave, and like take money, right? Then you may as well fucking tell him here, I killed him. You know what I mean? It's like, you're right though. It's like Batista is the guy by the book the most, I would say. The entire department has got a fucking name to them, but yeah, I mean, and this wraps up the Koshka Brotherhood. Started so strong, wrapped up so weak, and like, it's not even like Quinn and Nadia get to live happily ever after. He literally gives. I mean, how much money? How much money's in the safe? I don't even fucking know.
Yeah. Then Quinn gives his story to Deborah. Batista questions Quinn's story. Says it doesn't make any sense. The time difference between the two gunshots going off was quite a lot. Quinn then says, "Yeah, that's because he shot me. Then he started beating up Nadia, and then I shot him after he, was about to blow my head off." Batista's not buying it.
I actually thought it was a good cover-up for Quinn. It does make sense.
Yeah, but Batista's not buying it.
No, he's not buying it. Just like he didn't really buy who killed Mike Anderson.
No, what he did buy, though, was the was the restaurant, which we didn't see in this episode, but, I mean, could Batista's days be numbered? I mean, you look at the way Deborah, that was to protect Dexter, and she's just like, and, basically putting Mike Anderson's death to the side, not really caring. That annoyed Batista. He's got a partner that he doesn't trust, a partner that lies to him. I think Batista, his time could be up.
Yeah, and you could argue, I mean, who's he got the best relationship with in the department?
I mean, Dexter, but it's probably built on fucking lies, isn't it? I mean,
everything Dexter's done's built on fucking lies, pal. But yeah, that's it for those two guys. But I tell you what, we get Dexter. He takes Big Clint. What's in there? Plastic. Jacks him straight in the throat. Takes him out in the boat, wrapped up. Not the traditional Dexter kill, though. No table, just a boat, clothes, fully on.
Plastic.
No one wants to see Clint naked, though.
Yeah, plastic, clothes. You got the devil inside your boy. And Dexter's like, nah, it's just me. Dexter finally realising, accepting, there's no dark passenger, there's no devil, there's no evil force controlling me, make me do things. I'm doing what I want to do because my name is Dexter Morgan. And he says, you don't meet the code, and I don't have to kill you, but I want to kill you. And then, pretty much, abruptly just stabs Clint in the heart, drops him overboard, and he tells him to sink or swim, daddy.
I thought that was pretty good. And that's Clint dead. R.I.P. to Clint. Decent character for a one episoder.
I think Dexter's really good at bringing one episode characters in those. Deborah then phones Dexter, thanks him for not killing the Phantom Arsonist. She realises that he was the one that found him and caught him and left him there for the police. But she says she's not gonna lay off Hannah. And then she finds information out. I guess Daddy Sink or Swim must have told Deborah some information about Hannah. So I guess whether he got his money or not, he was going to throw his daughter under the bus. And now Deborah knows that there is a witness that can, Arlene Scram, and that she can put Hannah behind bars. And that's how the episode ends.
Yeah, and you know what? It'll be interesting to see. But then again, see with Dexter and
we also got Dexter saying he thinks that he loves Hannah, and that may be the first time he's genuinely said it.
Is this not a conflict of interest though? It's like, say, so Dexter is with Hannah, public knowledge, right? Can't even fucking dispute that anymore. Deborah is now asking Batista for help into someone called Arlene Schramm, because apparently, the text for Big Clint, what did Hannah do to her? Now Clint's disappeared, right? Say they investigate into Clint's disappearance and they look into this woman called Arlene, right? And also the other person that they were thinking about paying off. Dexter is with Hannah. He's in the Miami PD department. It's a very messy relationship. Isn't it? Like it just brings a lot more unnecessary heat to Dexter's front door. And when you've got Maria breathing down his neck with Big Thomas Matthews, it's fucking...
How many bodies are at the bottom of that ocean?
Oh, here. That's actually another thing, right, that I've only just thought of. They brought up a lot of bodies at the beginning of season 2.
Sure, they're not dying.
If Maria truly believes that the Bay Harbour Butcher is alive and well...
There'll be more bodies. But then again, as he moved to a different place... He did move his boat, didn't he?
No, he did, right? But every time we see Dexter killing people, Miami's still in the distance. It's not like we can't see it. It's clearly there.
Yep, anyway, what's your thoughts? What's the rating?
I'll give it an 8 out of 10.
I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 as well. I like Clint, decent character. But now he's dead and we've got 2 episodes to go, guys. So yeah, tune back in for episode 11 and episode 12. Until next time, peace.